again with our new book Tuesday books, again with a good selection of new fiction and nonfiction. Next one, All the Queen's Men by Sj Bennett. Amateur detective Queen Elizabeth II is back in this hugely entertaining follow-up to The Windsor Knot, in which Her Majesty must determine how a missing painting is connected to the shocking death of a staff member inside Buckingham Palace. All the Queen's Men. Girl in Ice by Erica Freneck. Valerie Chesterfield is a linguist trained in the most esoteric of disciplines, dead Nordic languages. Despite Val's successful career, she leads a sheltered life and languishes in the shadow of her twin brother Andy, an accomplished climate scientist stationed on a remote island off Greenland's barren coast. But Andy is gone. Girl in Love. Excuse me, Girl in Ice. The Lady in the Silver Cloud, a Stuart Hogue mystery by David Handler. 1955 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud is a fantastically expensive car, especially in the pristine condition of one owned by Muriel Campbell, living in a luxury apartment building on Central Park West. The delicate, sweet 75-year-old woman is a neighbor. Apparently universally beloved in her building, residents are shocked when Muriel is murdered after a Halloween party, and no one takes it harder than her longtime chauffeur, Bullets Dermond. Lady in the Silver Cloud. The Golden Couple, a novel by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Wealthy Washington suburbanites Marissa and Matthew Bishop seem to have it all until Marissa is unfaithful. Beneath their veneer of perfection is a relationship riven by work and a lack of intimacy. Marissa wants to repair things for the sake of their 8-year-old son and because she loves her husband. Enter Avery Chambers. The Golden Couple. The Librarian Always Rings Twice by Marty Wingate. When a mysterious stranger turns up making claims that threaten Lady Fowling's legacy, Haley Burke must dig deep into her late benefactor's history and to uncover the truth and catch a conniving killer in this new mystery by Mary Wingate. Scarlet in Blue by Jennifer Murphy. A beautiful and gripping novel about a mother and a daughter on the run from the dark and dangerous past in a small Michigan town that may hold the key to their survival. Scarlet in Blue. Pignon Scorbion and the Barbershop Detectives. The year is 1910, and in the small and seemingly sleepy English municipality of Haxford, there's a new police chief inspector. At first, the dapper and unflappable Pignon Scorbion strikes something of an odd figure among the locals who don't see a need for an exacting investigator. But it isn't long before Haxford finds itself very much in need of a detective. Pignon Scorbion and the Barbershop Detectives. The Wonders, a novel by Elena Medell. The Wonders follows Maria and Alicia through the streets of Madrid from job to job and apartment to apartment as they search for meaning and stability in a precarious world and unknowingly trace each other's footfalls across time. The Wonders. The Temps, a novel by Andrew D. Young. They're underemployed, underpaid, and trying to survive the end of the world while trapped inside an office complex. Who knew temp work could be this dangerous? The Temps. Great cover. Booth, a novel by Karen Joy Fowler. An epic and intimate novel about the family behind one of the most infamous figures in American history, John Wilkes Booth. Booth. A new Large Point, Mrs. Witherspoon Goes to War by Mary Davis. Peggy Witherspoon, a widow, mother, and pilot flying for the Women's Air Force Service in 1944, clashes with her new reporting officer. Army Air Corps Major Howie Berg was injured in combat and is stationed at Bowling Field in Washington, D.C. Most of Peggy's jobs are safe, predictable, and she can be at home each night with her daughters until a cargo run to Cuba alerts her to American soldiers being held captive there, despite Cuba being an ally. Will Peggy go against orders to help the men, even risking her own life? Mrs. Witherspoon goes to war. Dead Set by Vanetta Chapman, Agatha Amish's B&B, Book 3. It's supposed to be a simple remodel. Agatha Lapp is elated when Channel 4 News decides to run a feature story on Amish businesses. The cameras are rolling live when Agatha raises the rubber mallet and punches the first hole into her living room wall. Then that's when things get complicated. Dead Set.
And starting off in nonfiction, we have Shadow Man, an elusive psycho killer and the birthing of FBI profiling, from Ron Franzel. Got this book titled Black Market, an insider's journey into the high-stakes world of college basketball, from Merle Code. We've got Red-Handed, that's from Peter Schweitzer. How American Elites Get Rich Helping China Win. This book is called The Trials of Harry S. Truman. It's from Jeffrey Frank. The Extraordinary Presidency of an Ordinary Man, 1945 to 1953. Then we have this one from Mary Frances O'Connor, PhD. It's called The Grieving Brain, the surprising science of how we learn from love and loss. Then there's The Power of Regret, how looking backward moves us forward, from Daniel H. Pink. Got this book, it's called Grist, a practical guide to cooking grains, beans, seeds, and legumes. 140 plus recipes and 160 plus variations, and that's from Abra Behrens. All right, this book is from Tony Robbins. It's called Life Force, how new breakthroughs in precision medicine can transform the quality of your life and those you love. This one's another true crime. It's called Scoundrel, how a convicted murderer persuaded the women who loved him, the conservative establishment, and the courts to set him free. That's from Sarah Weinman, who was the author of The Real Lolita. Came out a couple years back. Then we've got some memoirs. The first one is called In Love. It's from Amy Bloom, a memoir of love and loss. Got this one titled Sentence, 10 Years and 1,000 Books in Prison, from Daniel Genus. And finally, from Valerie Bertinelli, we have Enough Already, Learning to Love the Way I Am Today.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta do that.
Very well.
Thanks for joining us today. Check back with us again and come by the library and check them out. Thank you.
Bye.